door
That's
behind
just like
you.
an occupation in this world. So it's like it's just like yelling like, I'm a plumber and jumping in a car.
Stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros. Yeah!
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 78 of Bards and Nobles, the actual play RPG podcast that's everything you'll ever need. I'm Brian, the Dungeon Master, and tonight I'm joined by...
Anthony Boyd playing Grit Screwdale, the Arakaka rogue bard. Trey O'Neill.
Sorry. It sounds like you corrected yourself. Alright, sorry.
It's a hard act to follow. Trey O'Neill, Flint McShrimpton, Dwarf Druid.
Andrew Danon, Elon Musket, and I'm a Warforged gunsmith.
Aaron Williams playing Sandy Sanchez, the exotic bard.
Go fuck yourself.
Charles Nelson playing Max Stormblade, the human paladin.
I love how Charles is like, I'm just going to go with it.
Who's going to do the recap for us?
I'm going to do the recap today,
All right.
this evening, this afternoon, wherever you're listening. We woke up in a field on the way back to, not the Field of Dreams, no. We didn't build anything and no one came.
Yeah,
Speak for yourself.
Plenty of people. All right.
No one showed up. And then we rode into
Liam and Sticky Hut. Ooh.
Liam and Sticky Hut. The old nut hut. And we rode into Sedlio, had a very civil discussion as to what we would do with the shards.
That you'll never see.
We went and talked to some guards and paid money to find out that they were in fact telling the truth, that the people weren't there. And then we split the group, as all good D&D groups do. We split the group, and we're going to go convene with Auntie to make sure that she knows nothing about this, which I assume. And I assume also that Grits is going to lie and try to turn us into the king, because that's how he rolls.
Brian, I will give you money if Auntie knows everything about the show.
Oh, that's ridiculous. But, like, how much money?
How much do you need?
Some pay to win shit.
Yeah, just cover daycare for like a year and I'm good. We're good.
Quit my job and watch your child for a year.
Annie's the fucking Starfather.
Oh my god! Do what you want. Switch aside, Joe. And Kibe went to go hang out at the keep.
All right. So
As long as she's okay.
the group of four,
Boo,
pick
I caught
one
that.
person. The group of four who went to Annie's, pick one person.
I picked me.
So you guys good with that?
I also pick him.
I mean,
All right, cool.
Pick for what?
Shrimp and Grits and Kibe, give me a D20 roll. We're going to see who goes first.
Oh, okay.
Highest wins.
I rolled a 2.
As per usual.
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 20.
All right.
Unnecessary force.
Old chum just knocking us out of the way.
You walk with that signature Kibe BDE, and you
Big dick energy, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was Big Dick Envy.
yeah, in your circles. You turn the corner and see the spire, the home of the Dawnguard that has been provided for you by the city.
Right.
You also notice just outside the spire is a very fancy, very French Revolution era carriage just sitting out there. And you notice a gnome standing there. He's got his coattails and his hand up, and he's very like butler-like. And he's just standing there facing the spire. What are you doing?
I go up right beside him, and I just look up at the spire.
Okay. All right. He doesn't seem to respond. He's just waiting.
What are we looking at?
He looks over. He's like, "Oh," says, "I'm on business from my master." And he stops and looks at you. Then he looks into, shuffles his jacket, looks at something. He's like, "Oh, Master Takashigani."
The one and only.
I'm sure he had a note that said "giant crab."
It's just a crude, like 5-year-old's drawing of a crab. Like, yep, that's him.
He says, "I've been sent here on behalf of Horion Mothchild, requesting. He requests the presence of one Master Kibe Takashigani and one Master Baron von Beauregard VI."
Well, I can send him Kibe Takashigane, but Baron is eating pies.
That's right.
Well, when Master Baron von Beauregard VI is done eating pies, his presence and Master Kibe Takashigani's are requested. Do you know where Baron is right now?
Say no, but you know where the pies are.
I do not. But come with me, and I pick him up.
Give me a contested grapple check.
He's a feisty little guy.
I guess a gnome butler, you better win.
Yeah. What do I add to this?
Athletics.
How do I play
Oh, it's
this game?
athletics
Yeah.
And your proficiency.
and my proficiency. So 19.
All right, at first he evades your grasp, like he's super fast, but then you're like boom, boom, boom. You snatch him up, and he's like, "No, let go of me. This is unbefitting of someone of my position. Let go of me."
And I say, "Chip, chop, chip, my good man. Let's wait in the foyer."
All right, so you just kidnap him. You Shanghai him into.
Yeah, I like stuff him under one arm.
All right.
And I slap Rhino on the rump and send him to the stables.
Okay.
You
all right.
secretes butter sauce on it.
He goes around the back, and you bring him into the spire. As you open the door, you notice it's been cleaned in here since last time you were there. Everything's shiny, everything's new, and you have lots and lots of packages and barrels and just like baskets and it just looks like a huge spread of food was brought in by the crateful and the barrelful.
Fucking fan mail.
And there's like this huge ribbon with a big letter on it, and you can recognize the crest of Mothchild in there.
Interesting. I set him down and I say, "You may have a barrel."
His eyes go wide.
Did you just threaten me?
A Freudian slip.
Chip, chop, chip, my good man. I meant a barrel.
He's like,
One day when
well,
you pass, you'll have a nice
he
burial
says,
waiting for you.
I implore you, Master Takashigani. Mr. Mothchild does not like to be kept waiting. As soon as possible, he requests yours and Master Baron von Beauregard's the sixth presence. And then he's like, and he bows awkwardly, and then he like kind of keeps his head lowered as he backs out of the doorway. Presumably to go back to the carriage.
What a strange little man. And I read the note.
Sure. The note is just it's almost congratulatory in tone. Just talking about looking forward to working with the Dawnguard. And it's addressed from Horion Mothchild Jr.
Ah, yes.
And it just looks like this is just gifts, from him. Looking forward to a fruitful working relationship with
He
the
sent a
Dawnguard.
note that had gifts on it?
Yes.
Gifts of what?
Magic, yo.
Dumbledore.
Mostly just smiley faces, like yellowish smiley faces in different emotions.
Like wink.
That one guy on the
Emojis.
canes with it.
But yeah, basically that.
Do I notice anything of a note in the gifts, or is it just like food and like random sundries?
Mostly food. Give me an investigation check.
Do you notice anything of note in the note?
10.
10. You don't see anything that sticks out. I mean, it's just fine cheeses and meats and just a really, really good fancy spread. It's like you had a shopping spree at Whole Foods or something.
Well, me and Wolf Pup dig in.
Sure. All right. Who rolled? You said you rolled a 2?
Yep.
All right. You, Grits, you roll up At the
I feel like we should have
Citadel.
gotten advantage on our roll. I'm just saying. It's 4 of us.
You picked wrong. That's
Yeah,
all I can say.
that's fair.
You roll up to the Citadel and you see the same 2 guards you saw on day 1. You see the one Warforged and the other man standing there with their pikes. You see the Citadel. The doors are currently, the tall, huge doors with the geometric patterns over them are currently shut. You walk up and they immediately, from cross position, pull their pikes straight up and they
So like
kinda-
recognize me even in bird form.
Fuck, I keep forgetting that. Their pikes stay crossed.
They cross back and they go, ha, gotcha.
Yeah, they say, wait, no, you're not the bird we're looking for.
I shine. I
Different
flex.
bird guy.
I flex my my jewel on him and tell him I'm grits. You let me in.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage because you look like a bird.
That's racist, you.
Profile.
Natural
about some
20
like
and a
birds?
19.
All right. The Warforged doesn't release his grip on his pike. Remove it from that position. The other guy pulls his back slowly. He's like, I'm sorry, Master Grits. We don't recognize you in this attire. And the Warforged says, how do we know it's really you?
Does anyone else have a glowing like dot on their forehead? Do you want to go get the king and ask him, or go get Vices? He can vouch for me.
Looks at you and he slowly pulls
Name
back.
dropping.
It's like, what happened? You
I fucking
you
died.
I'm sorry, what?
I was killed by a vampire. I was resurrected. It kind of worked because I'm back in this bird form.
You were reincarnated.
But I am alive. So, I don't know. Druid magic shit, man. I don't know.
So
It's been a long trip, as you can tell.
the human guard, he obviously he's trying to help things along. He's just like, dude, it's Dawnguard stuff. The other guy looks
Dawnguard stuff.
He's like, all right. And so the door begins to open, and you find yourself again once inside the Citadel courtyard, in front of large steps.
Thanks, gentlemen. And I head on in.
All right, you make your way up. You make your way into essentially the king's palace, as it were. And you find him very similarly how you found him last time. You see his back, and you see him just kind of hands off telekinetically controlling huge slabs of what look like gold in different cut shapes, and he's just moving things around, and like it looks like he's constructing something.
Still haven't solved that puzzle yet, huh?
He says, without turning around, you hear his voice. He says, Master Grindel, have you retrieved the shards?
We have.
And where are they?
They're with the rest of the group.
And where are they? He repeats with a little more oomph behind it.
They're here in Sedleo. They're hurrying this way. I'm a little bit swifter than they are, especially, with the wings and stuff now.
He stops and he turns and looks. See everything still suspended in space. Looks, and then he returns to his business. And he says, apologies. It seems you've undergone quite a dramatic change.
Yeah, dying will do that for you.
He's like, yes, it does. But you guys were successful. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but I have a few questions and that I want to talk to you. I just want to have a conversation with you before they get here and just hand over the shards.
As you say that, the last piece happens to get put in place, and it fits perfectly. And the seam of it with the wall of the section that he put it in almost like magically disappears and looks like one solid piece. You still see all the tubes and pipes and articulators and things sticking out, but everything, it looks like a complete machine. He says, a few questions you have. Because he fucking talks like Yoda.
That's canon now.
You win. He says, for the Dawnguard, of course, come with me. He folds his hands behind his back and begins walking towards the back of the palace. But as he walks, steps begin to form in the ground and go down. And he just continues walking down the steps.
I just kind of like flutter up and
grits again.
follow
You
him.
catch up to him?
Yeah.
All right. So as you begin walking, starts off tight quarters, but then it opens up, and you notice that the stairs themselves begin to turn in a counterclockwise circle, and then the walls begin to open up, and so he doesn't say anything, but he just continues walking.
I was like, so obviously what you sent us to collect these shards was exceedingly difficult. As you can see, it cost me the form I was born into. And with that, it kind of rattled my trust a little bit. I mean, you know me, you selected me. I assume you know everything about me. I just want to know that these shards that you're taking are going to be used for the good of the kingdom. I just want to hear it from you.
So he says, he stops in his tracks. He turns and looks at you, and he towers over you by a good, it's like 3 or 4 feet.
He's like a World of Warcraft boss.
And he's all gold, and he's he's an intimidating presence just to be like under his gaze.
I'm doing my very best to keep the outward just stern and focused.
Sure.
Inside, I'm like, oh, God damn it.
For funsies, give me a Constitution saving throw.
You poop a little out of your cloaca.
14.
He says, retrieving these shards is for the good of the kingdom.
Okay.
And then he leans back, says, does that appease your doubts?
Well, sure. That's all I wanted to know.
I just
And
wanted
one
to
thing-
hear you say it.
And some information for you. I don't know if you knew what was being held there. When we pulled these shards, it released something.
He says, yes, it released a scout.
It looked just like you. Slightly different, but a lot like you.
He turns and begins to walk, and he says, Grits Grindel, what do you know of the Starfather?
We've heard some.
And he continues walking, so I assume you're following him. Okay.
Yeah, it's like we've heard some. And that's another thing is the guy that you put in charge of us, our handler, Norik, was a member of the Void. And the only thing we know about the Starfather is these writings and stuff we've gotten from them. And I don't know if we should trust that or not. But apparently the Starfather is coming to usurp you and throw down your false kingdom is all I know of him.
For the first time in your entire interaction with the
He's the Starfather.
with the king, you kind of see him like
Grits has turned to dust.
no, you almost hear him elicit because all you can see is his back as he's stepping down the stairs. You almost hear him elicit like a slight chuckle, and he says, "It's true. The Starfather is going to make his way to Durov. It is my goal to prevent him from doing what he wants here." And as you continue walking, this place has opened up, and it is like on your right is the wall, the same gold metal that the rest of the citadel is made of. To the left, it is opened up to this vast open space where you look down, it descends into blackness. You can't see the bottom. Looks up, you begin to see the ceiling as it kind of like fades away.
Okay.
And you guys are just walking in this huge, I guess, stairwell.
So also the Void mentions these shards and that you're building a ruin engine, and that's what the shards power. What do you call it? And what is it for?
He says, well, isn't it obvious?
To destroy the Starfather?
Exactly. And he goes on to explain to you he begins talking to you about the Starfather. Over the course of you guys walking, which this feels like it's taking for, like you guys are just walking for.
At some points, my feet get tired, and I just kind of hover with my wings and just kind of float down.
Okay, sure.
But I'm still listening intently.
It consumes less energy than walking.
Over the course of this conversation, he tells you that the Starfather is a powerful and ancient conqueror whose throne is at the heart of the void space. He, Kabil, the king, was one of his generals. He had conquered countless worlds for him. The Starfather's main advisor, witch and prophet, who had never been wrong before, revealed that the only being who would end the Starfather's reign was one of his generals. So he had each one hunted down and killed. And he lets you know that he was the only one to survive, and he made his way here, which is once a penal colony in a remote system of void space. And
Full of penises?
Nope, not quite. He said he's spent his time recovering, recuperating, and gathering power to end the Starfather's reign once and for all. And as he's telling this story, he's very it's a lot more descriptive than I was for the past few sentences. You get to the bottom, and you see an open floor and a doorway just made of light. Just in the middle of it. Looks, as you're walking around it, it's almost 2D. Or it's 2D, but once you get to the front of it, you see this doorway of light. And he says, this is the Ruin Engine. The shards I had you acquire are to be used to power it, so that when he gets here, as you've released one of the scouts, he now knows where we are. We'll need it to stop him.
So we're now, by us retrieving the shards, we started the clock. It's inevitable. He's coming.
Oh, yes, he is.
What do you need us to do? Besides hurry up with the fucking shards.
Yeah. He cracks a smile, and he says, when the shards are in place, we'll be able to use the engine to stop him when he gets here. It's going to take me 21 days to convert the shards into usable energy to power the engine. So once you bring them here, I'll have to call on you again in 21 days.
Cool. That magic I was using to send you a message? I think you could just let me borrow some of your magic to do that again so that I can tell all of them to get the fuck back here with the shards. I'll be honest, it's mostly my fault that we haven't brought them already. I was the one with the most questions and the most doubt. Mainly because I died for these, and I wanted to make sure that, I didn't die just to hand them over to the Starfather. He
just stares you down for a second.
I had to bank on the 1% chance.
He stares you down for a second. The doorway of light closes, and he says, "I'll let them know." And he begins walking up the stairs again.
Cool. I'll follow him.
All right. So over at the bakery, Max and Baron and Elon and Flint, you guys show up, and it's as busy as ever. Selling lots of breads and loaves of different types of bread.
So many carbs.
Yeah. And you see some more sweets and cakes now, too.
Do I see any thieves' cant?
I'll read it.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Read
do.
it.
And you basically see you see around the doorways and stuff entering into the bakery. You see a couple of these symbols that denote this place as not just a safe place, but also as sort of like a trading post for essentially weapons.
Gotcha.
All right, so what are
I
you
don't
guys
say
doing?
anything. Well, Shrimp, this is Auntie? Auntie's place?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I recognize that code, don't I? As
What?
Thieves Can't?
What, aunties?
Yeah.
That's
Auntie's
not a
Bakery.
thieves'
That's not
code.
that's not
No.
Thieves Can't. Okay,
No, that's a person.
It's a nickname.
Yeah, that's their auntie.
Yeah.
gotcha.
It's mine.
I thought it may have been a code name. Like earlier, it was Grandma's house or
Yeah.
whatever.
I don't know why you're saying that the way you're saying it. But yes, this is my auntie's place.
Okay.
No, the place is called Auntie Annie's.
Oh, we get pretzels?
Yeah. If you want 'em.
I don't know what pretzels are code for.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
I head in and say we should get a table.
Okay, before you even get a chance to get a table, you hear a voice call out. You hear Shrimp, come here. And you see
Give me a big old kiss.
Auntie Annie come up and hug you, and she's about your height.
Yeah.
She gives you a big, fat, wet kiss on the cheek.
that's so
She's
sweet
like,
of you.
come here. Oh, and you brought your friends. And she goes and hugs and kisses all you guys.
Yeah, that's.
She's like,
yeah.
where's old Gritzy?
We can get to that.
What do you need? What can I get you? We're selling cakes now. Did you look? And you both recognize, like, as far as this is concerned. But when you were here before, they were essentially selling weapons and things like that.
Now they're selling nukes.
The bread was code for different weapons and arms, some firearms. Now cakes are more explosives and things like that. She says, "We've been doing so good. We've got 2 new stores opening up here in Sedlio, and we're working with a lot of the local merchants.
Yeah.
And we're doing great. And it's thanks to you." And she pinches your cheek. She's like, you and old Gritzy.
Yeah. Is upper management's happy with the expansions?
Of course. In fact, it earned you and Gritzy. We got some new art for you. We need you two to come in so we can give those to you.
Oh, let's go have a look at it.
This part of Thieves' Cant, you don't get what that means. It's just like art. Like for some reason, that's either not a part of like general Thieves' Cant or it's part of like their dialect of Thieves' Cant.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Say, let's check it out. I'll tell Grits all about it.
Well, do you have time for it?
I have a few minutes.
You know, each piece is done custom. It's gonna take a couple hours.
And I ask the DM, what the hell was she talking about?
She's talking about
So
tattoos.
obviously, you and Grits have some markings that denote your membership.
Okay. Oh, right.
I got it.
It's going to expand those markings.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get
Do I still
bigger
have
tattoos. You still have them. Remember, you plucked a couple feathers, and all your tattoos are still there.
them? Okay. On my hand though, is it still?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm going to tattoo bird arm.
It's like that's a problem for future us.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, yeah, she's basically letting you
Patrons,
guys
find
know.
out if you can tattoo a bird's leg.
Find a bird, tattoo it.
Come back.
Go buy yourself a rotisserie chicken. Get
She's
a
like,
tattoo gun.
so come here, Shrimpy. Let me talk to you. Alone.
Just dropping all code.
Oh no! Now we have like full fluid.
Okay.
fluency.
Say, all right, yeah, sure. And I start walking towards the back with her.
All right. What are the other 3 doing?
I'm ordering a muffin.
Sure. Everyone else?
They hand you a grenade.
No. I mean, it's
She's
good.
like, are you a cop?
You got to tell me. If
Yes,
you're
I
a cop.
am.
You get a muffin. It's a blueberry muffin.
That's not what I wanted.
That's all they got.
Your selection is quite poor.
Yeah.
That's the only option
People
you
put
get.
up with this?
Yeah, they're good muffins,
The
man.
guy behind the counter, he's got his little apron on, but he's also like, he looks like a gruff 40-year-old guy that's done time.
Gotcha.
He's like, he just puts the muffin on the counter, and he doesn't like respond to you.
All right.
Bits of it fly off. Kind of crushed.
I pay the man and I take my muffin. Is it good?
Elon and Max, what are you guys doing? It's decent.
It's a little dry.
How are they expanding?
Well, I think we already established you understood that.
Oh, yeah, I
Kai's
know.
was explosive.
I know.
He's putting on a show for Max and Elon.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
He's like, I don't like this food at all.
I'm
You guys
just examining the different desserts as I wait for a shrimp to return.
I'm talking to Max about the different confectionaries and complaining about that their quality is so
Of each
inconsistent.
different type of food, there's only one kind of each.
Yeah.
Or one flavor of each.
I'm just looking at all the cakes and the cupcakes and everything. I was like, man, I wish I had taste buds still.
Sure. Noted. Skip. So you go to the back with Auntie Annie. She says, you all right? You two all right? How's everything going with your fancy job?
It's going well. It's going well. We're about to go. I think the job's almost over, actually.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
But I mean, your job's not over.
Well, yeah. I mean, is the job really ever over?
Yeah. When do you think you and Gritzy can come in and get your marks done?
Think pretty soon. Gotta go make a delivery, and then I assume I'll meet him there.
Okay.
Yeah.
She says, "Well, when you're done with that, I got a assignment for you."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're expanding, and we'd love to take a tour. And we figure you guys with your new job could get us where we want to see things.
Where's that?
We want to see the city armory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See
All
what they
right.
got over there.
I see that. All right. That's a big ask. You know?
Yeah, it's a big reward too.
Yeah.
And get you new art,
Yeah.
canvas size.
Yeah. Okay. I look down at myself and I say, I don't know if that'll fit.
I mean, you look over at her. Basically, it just means like almost a full sleeve.
Yeah.
Full sleeve is pretty much as high as you can get without being one of the head guys.
Yeah. So, well, yeah.
So, like, the more prominent you become, the more noticeable you become.
Hey, you gotta hide that shit. That's on you.
Yeah. It's like the Yakuza.
Yeah, exactly.
Say, okay. We'll, I don't know when the time will be right for that tour, but I'll talk to the guides, I guess. Do my eyebrows real big. Like not even in Thieves' Cant, just being a jackass.
She says, "Good. Oh, and another thing.
Yeah.
So we got our breads, we got our cakes, we got our sweets.
Yeah.
But I was hoping you guys could get us a sample of one of those new candies in town."
Oh yeah. Is this
Yeah.
from the shop we just talked of?
No. I don't know where you can get it, but talk on the street is it's here. And then all of a sudden she levels her eyes at you, and then almost dropping the accent, she's just like, "We want a chunk of black amethyst."
Okay.
And I figure you and Gritzy could get us some.
All right. Does anyone else in the group have? Does Elon still have some?
I still have a chunk of black amethyst.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go, I think I don't have it, but I know someone who might sell one.
Okay.
I mean,
Like how much?
I mean, you ought to talk to the guy. What are you looking to pay for it?
Oh, come on, we're family.
We're family. I mean, I can talk to him and see what I can get it for.
All right, well, you do that. You
Yeah.
do that. So yeah, so you and Gritzy, just whenever you have time, you come in. We'll take care of you.
All right. I got.
Oh no, man! I don't know what's happening here.
I like. I'm gonna talk to her for the rest of the episode.
At this point, she starts walking you out.
I go
the back room.
real quick before we.
Oh yeah, I'm sure your friends are waiting, right?
Yeah. I gotta ask. You know anything about what? You know anything about the Starfather?
Who?
That's what I thought. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you? I mean, do you?
No, but
I know you hear things.
I gotcha. No, I don't. That doesn't sound familiar. But you know when that does remind me when you and how you and Grits were called to do the thing, to get the job that you're in now. That didn't come from inside the family.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, two mooks showed up one day and hand off these little things, these little shiny things. And she starts describing those
or the passes that we had.
Invitations. Yeah.
I say okay.
And I don't know who they talked to, but the grandfather was real quick to make sure you two were there.
So they asked for us?
Specifically, you two. I mean, I always knew you were special, but
like in the head.
I didn't know it was this, but it's a good thing, right?
It's gonna go one way or another, like most
Just like
things.
it always does.
Yeah.
All right, and then she starts leading you out back to the.
I was like, you know anything? I stop her, full stop. I go,
okay.
I go, oh, what else do you know about these people?
I don't know. They looked real official.
Official? I mean, they look like Kingsmen, or they look like.
They had nice clothes, and I don't really know anything else about it. I wasn't there. I just like you said, I hear things.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm off to go do some more work.
All right. And then as you guys make it out from the back, she's just like, all right, I'll see you guys, and you tell Gritzy I said, hey, and you guys need to come by some more. And she pats you on the bottom. And
I jump just a little.
All right.
Thank you, Auntie. Yeah.
Your lawyer.
So what does Auntie look like? In my head, I'm picturing Dr. Girlfriend, but I feel like that's not true.
From Venture Brothers?
From Venture Brothers.
No.
She's a small dwarf woman.
I don't watch
remember
the
correctly.
dudes.
Okay.
Mr. Voltron's the greatest.
Well,
It's
definitely
amazing. Anyways,
or dwarf or something.
yeah, she's like a.
Whoa,
you
there's
can't really,
a difference.
Can't really
Same
tell.
thing.
It's hard to tell between she's either a really stocky short woman or a pretty tall, stocky dwarf.
Huh.
But
Alrighty.
yeah. In my I picture Granny Goodness, but I think you're the only one that gets that.
Okay. Deep cut.
But yeah,
Thanks.
sorry. Yeah, she's just like this bigger, older lady that's really short.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Not Dr. Girlfriend.
No. All right, so
Aaron would really like it to be Dr. Girlfriend.
That's what I thought was going on here.
All right, so the four of you reconvene. Do you stay in the restaurant? Or in the bakery? Heading out? What are you doing?
Same. As
Did you find anything else out?
just
Well, is this a dead end, or does she know anything about the Starfather?
just where to find the best muffins in town.
I don't know about that.
Well, I guess, I mean, since this was a dead end, I guess we just go link up with Grits at the castle and turn them into the king.
Yeah. There's nothing left to do.
I'm unsure. Where did everybody go to? It was castle.
Don't you dare change your mind.
I'm not. I've said from the beginning what I think, but I would love for the group to all be together in this.
Well, I mean,
I'm not trying to start a civil war no matter what Max says.
I believe.
I mean, this was our last
I only
lead,
heard Max say
so-
one thing. It's a hell of a drug.
Well,
Did you guys leave? I didn't get that
I
part.
assume we're walking.
Yeah,
out.
walking
out. We're walking
We're right
out.
outside.
All right, as you guys are outside, kind of just like talking, you find yourself just essentially frozen in place, no longer in control of your muscles. Voice stops speaking mid sentence. Kibe, in the middle of you chowing down with your wolf pup. You guys, give me a Constitution saving throw.
With advantage.
4. You have a wolf pup, sure, yeah, the two of you.
Yeah.
Let's see how much
the team.
All you have to
Let's
do
see
is
how much of you eat.
all you have to do is bullshit it, and Brian will give it to you.
16?
16, sure. You guys have eaten, let's see, like 8. About 80% of the food
Wow.
that was in
God.
there. You guys have been chowing down. It's been a while. It's been a long day, and you got distracted by the food, and you find yourself. You have a mouthful of these like summer sausages and like I don't know, like dried salmon, and you just stop chewing, and even the wolf pup does nothing. He keeps eating, but you find yourself frozen, and all 5 of you hear the voice of the king essentially just make its way forcefully into your mind as he says, Dawnguard, where are the shards? Bring them to me. And then a second goes by, and you find yourself again in control of your muscles, almost like something took over you for a second. You notice all your Dawnguard symbols are basically out and shining for the world to see.
I
Public?
Yep.
I was letting it all hang out.
I check my back for the shard,
Yeah. It's not there.
shrug, and go back to eating.
Kibe's like, not my problem.
I'm only 80%
That seemed
done.
like some pretty direct instruction.
I mean, that was our last kind of, attempt at trying to find out more information. I mean, Grits went to go talk to the king. Maybe he's found out more. Maybe he can fill us in when we get there.
Maybe he's
All right,
Maybe he's
to
in
the king
crucible.
then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's go turn him in.
Max,
Okay.
are you with us?
All right, let's do this.
All right, so you guys make your way over there.
We make our way over there.
At this point, Kibe, you've eaten all the food. Everything's
Damn.
just like, I don't know. It's comically disheveled.
It's like puppy
All the
poop
stuff
everywhere.
Yeah.
I go sit in the carriage.
Oh, you go outside to the carriage.
And
as
fill
you,
it with shit.
as you go to open the door, the gnome holds his hand up. He's like, no, so let me get that for you.
Chip, chop, chip, my good man.
As he opens the door, you look inside the carriage, and it doesn't look like the inside of a carriage. It looks like stepping into like a restaurant.
It's bigger on the inside.
It's massively bigger on the inside.
I squeal, I'm a wizard, and I jump in.
And he shits all over
Close the door
That's just
behind
like
you.
an occupation in this world. So it's like it's just like yelling like I'm a plumber and jumping in a car.
Let's be honest, being a wizard is much better than being a plumber.
You close the door behind you and you look, and it's just it's like you're in the inside of a restaurant. You've made your way inside,
You get to eat more.
and you see sitting at a table by himself is Horion Mothchild Jr. And you see a number of like servants and attendants just off to the side, basically waiting on him. He looks over and he says, "Oh, Kibe, come over here."
Oh, I've already taken a knee.
From where you're at.
Yeah.
All right. He says, "Oh, enough of that. Enough of the formalities. Come with me."
Yes, your royalness. And I walk up.
And he offers you a chair. So you sit down, but we're going to bounce back over to the other guys. You guys make your way to the Citadel, and the 2 guards out front recognize you.
I am screaming into the bandwidth, the mind, like, he's a Starfather!
As you're doing that,
He can hear you.
You know he can hear you.
as you're doing that, at this point you've reached the top level. You're back in the king's place. He speaks up and he's just like, "Do you really believe that?"
Nah, I just like being funny.
It's like, And essentially, you guys make your way to the top floor, and magically, the four of you are back, are just in time to come over the top step, and you see the king and Grits basically walking forward to meet you guys.
Sweet.
All right. As soon as is proper, I kneel
Okay.
and I bow before the king.
Sure.
I
like nudge the king and like, look at this nerd.
I bow and I pull out the 2 shards and I kind of hold them out to him.
I present
Okay.
the third.
All right.
That's what he calls his wiener.
Baron von Beauregard the third.
He says,
It's my great-great-great-grandpappy you're talking about.
I feel like you're talking about him.
You're the one that named your dick after him.
he raises his hand and he says, "Please stand." But as you present the 3 shards, right? They lift up out of your hands and they begin floating towards the king, and they begin to glow. And essentially, as they glow, the form of them is shaped by a light, and the metallic and physical odds and ends and bits of it begin to just melt away and just hit the ground. And essentially you see the same 3 forms, but they're just made of pure light. And they begin to coalesce into one. And he's just holding his hand out. Now he takes a second hand. He begins to form and move it. And essentially he pulls his ball of energy towards him. That was once the 3 shards of power that you guys brought to him. And he condenses them into a single like marble size marble. And
Nice.
One would beat a power, but
yeah, and it floats towards his chest and sinks in. And he says, "Thank you, Dawnguard. I'm sorry that one couldn't make it, but thank you for retrieving these. You have done more for the kingdom than you'll ever know." He says, "It'll take me some time to formulate the shards into something workable. And when that's done, I'll call upon you again. I believe Mr. Grindel can fill you in." And then he just turns and starts to walk away.
I was like, before you go, King, one question. Any chance you have the ability to turn me back into, my half-elf self?
His healthy self.
No.
Healthy? Is that what you said?
Yep.
He says, "We'll see."
Well, thank you. And I give him like a half bow.
Sure.
And then
he doesn't see it. His back is turned.
I back away.
Gotcha.
It's like the weirdest magic 8-ball ever.
I do odds and evens. Like I just take one and do one's yes, one's no.
There you go.
All right, so
Which
you
one's
guys
maybe?
see Grits back away.
Alrighty. So that's done. What next?
I was like, you guys want to go to the Spire and I can fill you in on
Yeah.
the private conversation the king just had with me that completely just blew my mind.
Yeah, let's.
Yes, I'd
we
love
can
to hear
do
it.
that. We can clean up, link back up with Kibe, and get some food. I'm hungry. Wait, no, I'm not.
You're reading my mind because I'm starving. Let's go.
All right, so you guys head towards the Spire. Kibe. Horion Mothchild is currently, looks like he just got done eating. And he says, "Oh, I hoped, I hoped Master Beauregard would be able to join us again. I know he liked these," and he points to
Damn it, are there some spider guts
there?
D's, you say?
He loves boba.
And I say, "Oh, if you don't mind," and I wiggle my claw at these spider guts.
He says, "Of course, go ahead, try all of this." And
Nice.
you see a full spread of food.
Try the
You
great
gonna
stuff.
eat my
It's
spider
delicious.
guts?
and I eat all the spider guts.
God
Okay.
dang it!
You're eating spider guts. You're eating. There's like there's a lot of
used to make.
seafood laid out too.
There's like
It's,
no
really
room in your
fresh
Oh
gullet.
yeah.
and really good. In fact, some of the seafood that you're tasting, it reminds you of home.
It's your people.
Is this Soylent Green?
He says, "So, I believe I owe you some information as per our last conversation.
Yes, my liege.
I was tracking your friend Norik.
Yes, were you able to find him?
This is. It seems the Vindicator was in need of a little vindication himself." Makes a
I
little
start
joke.
laughing. Oh,
It says, yes, apparently he's been into some naughty things, playing for the enemy team, as it were.
Okay.
He says, and for his crimes, he seems he was sent to the Crucible. Leans forward. He says, yes, the last report spotted a caravan transporting him here, just leaving Kingsford earlier this week.
Well, I suspected this. I'd heard the same on my travels. Were you able to gather any more information as to what he was doing specifically that put him in league with the other team, as you call them?
Apparently he was selling information of some kind.
Interesting.
So, now that my end of the deal has been fulfilled, I have a favor to ask of you.
Absolutely.
He says, so there's a fledgling would-be competitor quickly becoming a thorn in my side. An ugly upstart from out of town.
He says any hands will lose it.
Oh,
He says, I need you to do something for me.
anything.
On Cargo Street, there's a
Called it.
bakery.
Hmm.
I want that building and every one side of it gone and out of my city.
I believe last time I was there, they tried to trap me in the basement.
Interesting. Well, that's all. That's all I ask.
I think that was it. Well, that might have been somewhere else.
Nope, same building.
Same building.
Different
Different owners.
management.
Under new management.
So, if I may bend your ear a little further, my liege, on
Okay.
this Norg situation.
Sure.
You say up to naughty things and playing for the other team. Where do you land on all of this?
Whatever do you mean?
Well, you know that I work for the king. And on the last mission of the king, and I kind of retell him, I'm just going to spill my guts to this guy. And I tell him
Wise
about...
choice.
Huh?
Wise choice.
Why not? And I kind of give him the information that I have on the ruin machine. I give him all the information surrounding the ruin machine and the shards. And ask him if he knows, if he can fill in any more of the pieces that I might be missing.
Okay.
And tell him this is not just for the betterment of me. This information is good for both of us.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, that's pretty good. 23.
All right. He says, well, of course I work for the king. And then he pulls out a gold coin that has the visage of the king etched onto it, as most of the coins in this kingdom does. And he flips it through his fingers, and he holds it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then he puts it on the table. He says, yes, I work for the king. My whole family does. Everything is for the king and the kingdom's benefit. And like I said before, the king has always been its protector, the kingdom's protector. But there's, and I don't know if this helps or answers your question, but recently there's been whispers here and there in the shadows in the city. Something big on the horizon.
Yo, mama.
Damn.
Well, my liege, I appreciate the information.
Centaurs, you say?
And
Doesn't you say?
I will see to the bakery as soon as I'm able.
Very
Is
well.
there anything specific you need from the bakery?
I just need it gone. I've never cared for that street. Ugly buildings, if you ask me. I wouldn't be mad if they were all gone.
All the buildings?
Every single building.
I understand.
This motherfucker is evil.
Now I'm evil.
Fair enough.
We couldn't trust the king, you know this. That's why Kibe has turned.
Yeah. Looks like the king's men are evil. Interesting.
So,
I'm out.
the rest of you arrive back at Spire.
Eat my spider guts.
You don't know that.
Wait. Back in the restaurant. You do notice. I'm sorry, I should have pointed this out earlier. You notice out the one wall, it's just a massive glass wall, like a massive window, and you're high up in the air, like it's like almost like a mountainside.
Like pie in the sky kind of thing?
No. I don't know.
Idiot.
It's almost like you're on a mountainside. You're just looking down. It's a huge, beautiful landscape. Then you notice subtly the building itself is kind of moving a little bit.
How's moving castle?
You see just, the horizon, the clouds moving along with it. But he says, if that's going to be all, we'll see you back to your home.
Absolutely, your liege. Call on me whenever you need.
Sure. And then he snaps his fingers, and people come to escort you back to the door you came out of. As you open the door, you find yourself on the street of Sedlio, and you see the gnome get in front of the carriage and just.
Before he leaves, I take the last spider gut and I say, a tip, and I hand it to the gnome.
His eyes go super wide, and he grabs it and shoves it in his jacket. Just like, oh, thank you, sir.
Gotcha.
And they begin to ride off, and the rest of the Dawnguard, you guys have impeccable timing. You turn the corner as this carriage rides off, and Kibe's standing in the middle of the street in front of the spire.
Almost as if it was planned by a higher power.
Holy crap!
Holy shit.
I've been just quiet this whole walk back.
You haven't been telling us anything?
Not in public, I have not.
But like mentally?
Nope. I've been quiet.
Silent.
Even though like when we were leaving, you were telling us about...
Let's go to the spire and talk about what the conversation I just had?
Okay.
Yes, that is exactly what I said.
All right.
All right. I mean, so you guys have spire.
Yeah, we're getting back.
I've been itching to get filled in.
I
And also hear what
Damn.
Grits has to say.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Spit roasting Baron.
I was like, all right, guys, let's get inside, let's get some food, and then let's talk about this.
Yep. I agree with that.
We go inside.
Yeah. And it looks like the place has been ransacked. And you see the wolf pup just sitting there just eating one last, like, it looks like it was a pie. It was an apple pie, and he was just like tearing it up.
Son of a bitch.
And I pat him.
Did the dog eat any chocolate?
Boy.
Yeah. Huge amounts of chocolate.
Gonna want to stay away from his back end,
Yeah,
fellas.
there's chocolates, and there's a basket of grapes.
Oh, God.
And there was blueberries.
Avocado pits.
There was cooked bones and chickens.
Oh, no.
Dog's
Just
gonna
a pot
die.
of cooked
You're going to
bones.
want to make a series of constitution
delicacy
saves for
somewhere.
this dog.
I was like, well, You may want to order some
die.
takeout. Do we have any? We don't have any servants in this place, do we?
No.
As
Can we order some Sedlio Hut?
as the oh my god, as the resident animal expert here, you're gonna want to put that thing outside before it diarrheas all over the kitchen.
I take it to my room and lock it in.
Based on what I know about wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves.
Yeah.
Dire wolves.
Do I feel like this dog is gonna die?
it's a dire wolf? It'd be
Yeah,
fine.
we'll
This
see.
canine.
It's a magical world.
You don't know what
He's
all
a
food is in there
dire
yet.
Yeah, dogs
Gotcha.
can eat chocolate here. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's
their favorite
up
thing.
to its like poundage and weight.
Gotcha.
Or something.
I'd like to give Kibe a warning. It's like you need to be careful what you feed that. It may not agree with it. Sometimes it could even be fatal.
At that, I shit myself. I've eaten pounds of meat food.
Yep. Feels like home.
I see we've all made ourselves comfortable.
As we sit down around our dinner table, I guess, just having some booze from the basement,
Yeah.
I regale the tale.
Yes.
I informed them everything that the king told me, and
Okay.
I'm like, so shit's about to get serious. We got 21 days to.
Did the
Get
king
our
say
shit
that there was
together.
going to be a battle?
He said the Starfather is going to come, and
Sorry.
the king
And finish us all.
and the king is going to try to prevent him from
Coming?
performing whatever duties he plans on doing.
He's gonna stop him right at the edge.
So
I asked Grits, did the king tell you why he was sent to a penile colony planet?
he wasn't sent here. It was one of the planets that just kind of out in the boonies of space, from what I can tell. And after the assassination attempt, he survived and fled here so he could hide. Wow.
What a tremendous tale.
And regain his powers.
Interesting.
It is quite
Interesting that the guy that we're following
Yeah.
was sent to a prison planet.
We didn't say prison planet.
He said penile.
So
So he needs penis
Out
as a
of
prison.
character. out of character, is space travel a thing in this world, or is it something only the king has done?
No, space travel is not a thing in this world. This should
Okay.
be blowing your minds. But
All right,
We accept it as fact.
my mind
Sorry,
is
he's so
blown.
fucking Jupiter. Okay.
The king is claiming that he's some type of Superman.
This planet
If he
exploded.
goes, the question is, if he goes crazy, would you still call him Superman?
I thought of it like that.
I go to Antigans, I buy all the explosives. I blow up Sedley up. No, I'm this is what I'm telling you. And he showed me, like, we walked down deeper into the palace, and I saw the engine that he's developing, and it's just a door of just radiant light, and he's going to power it with the shards. And at this point, I mean, we talked about the angel thing that was released is a scout going to the Starfather.
Grits, this is sounding more and more like a drug trip. Are you sure that you actually went to the king? And
You
heard
saw me
this?
walk up with him.
I'm just telling you what
Are
I
you
know.
even at the king?
This sounds like this doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard described before.
Well, he froze us all in place and said, "Bring me the shards." So
Yeah, I told him to message you. On
clearly, he's very powerful. So
Oh,
I don't
man.
know what to believe.
that. So
I mean-
I'm telling you, me and him had a one-on-one, and I am firmly behind him now. At this point.
you are.
Leave it to Andrew.
Yeah,
So
I'm the one.
Yeah, Andrew, grow up.
Guy who left at duty. I mean,
I mean, on
I
the
was
bright
cautious and I was worried. He's laid those worries to rest. He had a one-on-one conversation with me. I didn't see any falsehood in anything. I don't. And what he has, I mean,
I mean, on the bright side, I mean, we turned them in, and the world didn't end
yet.
yet.
So I mean,
21 days.
in 21 days, he's going to forge them into the power source for the Ruin engine. So we have 21 days to do whatever and get prepared.
What's the
how is
engine
time
do?
measured? In weeks or in
Yeah.
10 days?
Oh, for weeks?
Is it measured in weeks on this planet?
Yeah, they got weeks here.
Okay.
Okay, 7-day
10-day
weeks.
weeks.
Ah, I knew it.
10-day weeks.
Yeah,
All
every
right.
month's 3 10-day weeks.
So in 2 weeks.
3.
I don't know about that.
So we have
And then
2
there's one
weeks.
bonus week
We
at
have
the end.
20. We have
prepare for
21
this.
days.
Every 6 years, there's an extra day.
so our world is to be host to these outer beings conflict?
We don't know. I don't know when the Starfather is going to come back, but he said in 21 days he's going to call on us, and the shards should be ready to power the engine. I don't know what the next mission is going to be, but he's basically giving us 21 days of downtime to get our ship together.
To find some Void members and interrogate them.
If that's what we want to do, I personally, first off, I need to eat. Second off, I need to sleep in a bed.
I could just
Also-
go for some spider guts right now.
Grits. I have a covert mission we need to go on.
That's shady, and I like it.
There he is.
He's back, folks.
Grits is a changed man.
Got a weird 24 hours.
It's great. Shit's happened, man.
Talk about flip-flopping.
You got 21 days to do everything you might want to do. And that might include blowing some shit up.
Nice.
I do need to get some new grenades. So basically, we have 21 days. I need to re-gear up. I have this fancy coat thanks to the Beauregards, and that's it. I don't have any. I got my weapons, and that's it. So I
Does
was
your
like,
armor not fit you anymore?
no, it's just like shredded.
Wow.
To shreds, you said.
Or melted or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Well,
it's
it was
boiling.
like it was melted off and like kind of piecemealed together.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It looks like a hobo.
So I kind of just discarded it to get dressed up. for the
Gotcha.
ball. So,
Well, you look ravishing.
well, thank you, Baron. So,
You guys have had a couple drinks at this point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. In both real life and in the game.
And so I was like, I think, I'm going to get some food at a restaurant. I'm going to come back here and sleep until I can't sleep anymore.
I'm with you. Let's go dine somewhere.
And let's get drunk.
I'm with you on this, Grits. Let's do this.
I want to find out how this bird dick works.
I no longer am with you.
So you guys turn in for the night.
No.
Or
They go out to a restaurant.
Yeah,
turn out for the night.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Turn up for the
Turned down for what?
They go to the Olive Garden.
Baron helps.
At any point, do you guys find yourself back in your
Yes.
No.
Yes.
All right.
I do.
Is the blue dragonborn lady still there?
Yeah, assassins show up. No.
It's the murder. No.
No. One of you does find something in your room that wasn't there before.
Who
There's a
was
pile
it?
of shit in Keybase's room.
Grits.
Oh.
Grits.
It's a dead wolf bump.
You find a letter.
Excellent.
Fold it up and on your bed.
Excellent. I read it.
All right, you open it up.
It's a trap.
Just one. The first thing.
It's a picture of a small elf boy. It's like, you're his dad.
The
This is
first
red,
thing.
violets are blue. An idiot like you reads explosive rings.
The first thing you notice is the Council of the Void symbol at the very bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You start at the beginning. It says the time has come. We need to talk. Bring the Dawnguard. Meet at the place we met last, across from the Goblin. And that's it.
I don't know what this means. We'll sleep on it.
All right.
On the letter?
Yep.
Yes. And I will save that for the next episode.
All right. Everyone else done for the night?
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
it?
How
All right,
good was the food that we ate?
What?
How good was the food that we ate?
Bro, you cooked it. You tell me.
No. We went to a restaurant.
Oh, you went to a restaurant?
It's pretty good.
They went to Olive Garden.
It's
Yeah.
unsalted
you guys got
pasta.
there and you felt like family immediately. So you guys, there was an unending supply of sticks of bread.
But like by the third one, it's like, why is it taking them so long to bring it out? I feel like they're kind of dragging their feet right now.
You took a tour of Sedlio with the different flavors. All
Nice.
I quit.
right, on that we'll end it. Until next time. Yeah. There you
Shout
go.
out to our new sponsors, Olive Garden.
When you're there, your family.
So wait, do we have any? Gotcha. Mid-credit scene. All right. So you guys zoom in. All right. You see a beam of light traveling across a black.
Fuck, we're in a
void
Marvel
space.
film.
All right. Oh yeah, we're in it
Finally, we're in a Marvel movie.
now.
Are we the Guardians of this galaxy?
You zoom in and you see two guards.
Episode name.
Obviously, they look like guards. They're armored. They have these like.
I donned them.
Nope. No, you don't. All die.
I doffed them.
That sounds sexual.
It is.
You see two guards.
Uh-huh.
They have different shades of blue and purple skin. Very metallic looking. Looks very similar to the king. They're both they both have these like swords, these ornate swords hanging off their hips, and between them, all three of them are walking forward on the stone steps. It's just like a platform floating in front of this like cosmic nebula. All right, and they're walking forward. The third figure in the middle, in between them, is
Thanos.
the figure of the creature, the being that you saw in the dungeon that was released and flew straight up. You're seeing them walk towards you. You just follow the camera, all right? You're seeing them walk towards the camera, and immediately they all stop and take a knee. And the guard, the blue one, without looking up, he says, Master, one above all, we found a scout. And then the scout looks up and he just says, we found him. And then it turns, the camera turns slowly, and it fades to black, and that's it. That's all I got. That's
Dun, dun, dun. He says, "You've done your duty."
So yeah, do we have any mail? Any fan mail or questions or anything to read? Reviews?
I have questions.
Oh,
Yeah?
What are their questions?
I think you were just talking about just general trade.
I'm just glad we're friends. I'm just glad we're friends again.
I have mail from Jolene. Jolene. I'm gonna say this is pronounced Dijon. Dijon waffles Laymore.
Spicy mustard?
Yep, spicy mustard waffle Laymore.
Waffles is in quotations.
Oh, okay.
In parentheses.
Waffles.
And
With
it's
a
spelled
Z.
with a Z.
Okay.
So
Waffles.
this is from Waffles. Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you for all the amazing content you have made so far. You have made my boring days at work significantly more entertaining. I would have to say by far my favorite character is Grits Grundell. Second would have to be Ralph. LOL.
Right.
Sorry, Crabman. Heart. I'm currently on episode 50.
I didn't even get an apology. Feel good
And
about that.
you have to listen to the first
Says,
season.
Don't care.
But by far the best moments of the
Nobody
podcast are when Baron shoots the bandit in half that was dragging Grits away, and Kibe squished the leader into mesh. Mesh? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm still wearing him.
Stockings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Second, when you guys did the overkill combo on the goblin in the village. Yep. 3, the side quest when the little creature collected mud, threw mud at the frogman. Oh, that was.
That was
That was the
Yeah.
God, I hated that character so much.
Timmerick?
Timmerick was the
King
name
Timmerick.
of the frog king. Glord was the name of the hobgoblin
Of that
threw
fucking
mud.
asshole.
Yeah.
Latest work, guys. Please keep up the good work. And as a last side note, you guys are my favorite D&D podcast. I'm very happy to have
my
stumbled
gosh.
upon it.
That's awesome.
Much love from a black man.
Yes, we did it. Someone unfurled the banner.
All right. Next shirt is us standing behind a couch and then a black man sitting on the couch.
Bards Nobles at the bottom. Thank you.
I'm going to start. No, we're not done.
Oh, okay.
Please, if you can, read this in a black voice. It would be much funnier, and it's okay. I gave you permission.
Who wants to take it?
Look, Waffles, you buried the lead there because you said that at the end. So,
Damn, called him Waffles.
favorite character, Grits and Ralph. Where are you from? He's from Kansas.
Hey,
Not Dorothyville.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
Cool.
awesome.
Thanks, Dijon. Dijon? Mustard?
Dijon.
Waffles.
Dijon,
Waffles. Okay, we'll just stick with waffles.
Waffles.
Waffles, motherfucker.
There you go. There it is.
Oh my God.
I only know Samuel L. Jackson.
Goddamn emails in this goddamn podcast. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's like it, right?
Yeah, nailed it.
Got him.
I think we've peaked, guys.
We're gonna get another.
It's only downhill.
Oh, shit,
Well,
this
Waffles-
motherfucking- Damn it!
We just want to reach out to you
Pretty
and
white.
thank you for your email. We are pleased to have it. And good night.
Thank you for that.
Yes, thank
That was
you
my
for that.
best Obama.
Everybody pick a
we got it.
stereotype. What?
I would also, or we would also like to take a moment to thank our higher level patrons.
Hey.
We have Trevor, Austin, and Tarken. Thank you guys for your monthly contribution, and we'd also like to say a huge thank you to the rest of our patrons. We are just still humbled that you guys actually send us money to do this, because I mean we love doing it. We'd still do it even if we didn't have any, but I mean it really helps. Speak for yourself.
We got new microphones
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Paid for the
New shock mounts.
soundboard.
We
And we're going to a new place.
We bought a computer.
Oh.
We bought cameras.
I got a new phone.
That's not.
We get new beer every week.
That and
We
the
do get new
constant
beer.
flow of beer that makes us
Yeah.
funnier.
That's,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Or angrier.
True. That's true.
It's a double-edged sword.
Thank you guys.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
a lot.
much.
If you'd like to join the ranks of our patrons, we got some pretty sweet rewards, and the $2 level gets you in on our Discord server. You can
Yeah.
just talk to us and with other patrons. It's a lot of fun. Check out patreon.bardsnobles.com. If you want to rock some Bards Nobles swag, go to shop.bardsnobles.com. We've got t-shirts, onesies, snatchels, just all kinds of shit. Just check it out.
That
And,
natural joke is the gift that keeps on giving.
I mean, we just keep saying it now.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
anyway, thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you for
Beep, beep, beep.
Thank you so much for
Not motherfucker.
Well, we stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros. Ah!